Liberal media is how most Americans get their news. Well, President Trump just found a way. Trump is bypassing the fake news outlets and asking the American people for help. Trump sent out a survey for all Americans to fill out to help expose who the liars are in the liberal media. The survey, titled, "The Mainstream Media Accountability Survey," asks the American people who they trust with questions like: do you trust CNN to report fairly on Trump's presidency? Which online source do you use the most? There are also multiple choice questions like the one seen below. After Trump's press conference yesterday, the media blasted him and called him unhinged. They don't think that he is in touch with reality, so now is our chance to show them that they're the ones who aren't getting it. There is a reason why only 6% of Americans trust the media. We aren't stupid. President Trump needs our help now. No president has ever reached out to the American people like this one, and we need to be there for him. You don't have to donate or even put your real name. Trump just wants real answers and real proof. To take the survey, click here. Please share with other Trump supporters. Breaking: the FBI just made huge announcement about Mike Flynn. There have been all kinds of rumors going around that General Michael Flynn would be charged for lying to the FBI about the nature of his phone call with Russia that resulted in his resignation. Yes, just like Hillary Clinton did during the election, we can now say with confidence that the FBI will not be pursuing any criminal charges against Mike Flynn. According to The Hill, FBI interviewers don't believe Flynn intentionally misled them during an interview last month, despite Flynn not remembering all he talked about in a call with Russian envoy Sergei Kislyak where he discussed sanctions. It looks like the FBI has some sense after all. The charges that liberals wanted brought against him were very serious and could have ruined his stellar military and public service record. Trump was especially excited about the news. When a crooked reporter tried to ask him about Flynn's phone call with Russia at today's press conference, the president responded, "I don't think he did anything wrong. If anything, he did something right." FBI officials also declared there was no evidence of collusion between the president and any of his staff with Russia to influence the elections. Let's make sure every Trump supporter in America reads this so we can save Flynn's reputation from the lying mainstream media. H/T, The Hill. Breaking: new pick for National Security Advisor just gave President Trump devastating news. President Trump's pick to replace General Flynn, retired Vice Admiral Robert Harward, would have made the perfect national security advisor. Harward is currently a defense contractor executive, a retired United States Navy SEAL and a former deputy commander of the United States Central Command, under the leadership command of General James Mattis. He is a man you do not want to mess with. Vice Admiral Robert Harward, but it was just reported today that Harward will be turning down the position. From The Hill, reports emerged Wednesday that Trump had offered the job to Harward, a former Navy SEAL, following Flynn's resignation on Monday. According to the Financial Times report, a source familiar with Harward's decision said he was concerned about whether the top advisors in Trump's administration would allow him to install his own staff on the National Security Council. Flynn's deputy, Katie McFarland, told The Hill on Tuesday that Trump had asked that I stay on. President Trump is known for being loyal to his team, so it isn't surprising that he wouldn't want to let some of his best people go. The situation is so complex considering the recent leaks in the White House, but Trump trusts Flynn's team and does not think they are the source. President Trump was forced to make a tough decision today, but he stood strong and didn't compromise. Even though Harward would have been good for job, he isn't worth losing the few people Trump can trust. Oops. WikiLeaks just exposed a huge scandal about the CIA and Obama. This is worse than what Russia did. When Obama found out that Russia exposed vital information about Hillary Clinton, he was outraged. How dare a foreign power inform voters of how dirty the Democratic candidate really is? Well, it looks like the CIA and Obama have no room to talk when it comes to interfering with elections. On Thursday, WikiLeaks released a set of documents that show that the CIA infiltrated France's 2012 presidential candidates while under the Obama administration. WikiLeaks press release: all major French political parties were targeted for infiltration by the CIA's human, and electronic, SIGINT, spies in the 7 months leading up to France's 2012 presidential election. The revelations are contained within 3 CIA tasking orders published today by WikiLeaks as context for its forthcoming CIA Vault 7 series. Named specifically as targets are the French Socialist Party, PS, the National Front, FN, and Union for a Popular Movement, UMP, together with current President François Hollande, then President Nicolas Sarkozy, current Round 1 presidential front-runner Marine Le Pen, and former presidential candidates Martine Aubry and Dominique Strauss-Kahn. CIA Operatives Mission Guidelines: 1. Report on deliberations by Sarkozy, or other high-level government officials regarding the presidential candidates in the 2012 election. 2. Report efforts by Sarkozy, the Socialist Party, or others to manage the 2012 elections, including A. Discussions that indicate Sarkozy's level of confidence in his ability to contest the election. B. Attempts to pass guidance or directives to parties or individuals on supporting activities or initiatives. C. How Sarkozy and his advisors interact. 3. Report any discussions regarding guidance from Sarkozy or Martine Aubry, François Hollande, or Dominique Strauss-Kahn on the upcoming elections. This isn't a one-time incident either. As Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton interfered with Russia's election. So much so that Putin accused Hillary of inciting unrest in Russia. Even though Russia's hacking of emails had zero effect on the election, Democrats are still using it as an excuse to delegitimize President Trump. What is that saying again? People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones? Yeah. Traitor alert. Lindsey Graham just revealed secret plan to impeach Trump. The Democrats are not the only ones who are trying to get Donald Trump impeached right now. Today Republican Senators Lindsey Graham and Bob Corker revealed their new plan to try and get rid of our president. Graham released a statement today voicing his support for a special investigation into claims that Trump was working with the Russians during the election. Graham claims he is doing it to help Trump move beyond the issues so he can push his agenda. However, it's not easy for me to believe that he would ever do anything to help Trump. On the plus side, he did agree with the president that whoever has been leaking info on the president should be punished to the fullest extent of the law. The statement reads, "I do not believe it is appropriate for Congress to act based on a newspaper article. However, it is imperative that Congress perform oversight regarding any potential campaign contacts between Trump officials and Russian intelligence officials. If they do exist, the contacts may have a logical explanation, but we will never know until Congress spends the time to investigate the matter. If in fact there are campaign contacts between Trump officials and Russian intelligence officers, that would be a very serious event and would justify the Senate forming a select committee to look at all things related to Russia. The Russians have been trying to break the backbone of democracies all over the world, and clearly, in my view, interfered in the 2016 election. Any investigation should also include leaks coming from the White House and other government agencies. These leaks are damaging to our national security and the individuals involved must be punished. The accusations regarding the Trump campaign's ties to Russia are creating a cloud over the White House. They should be fairly investigated by the Congress in a bipartisan manner. It would serve the president's interests to get to the bottom of this so he can move forward with his agenda. Take that how you will. The clear fact here is that Trump has a very long 4 to 8 years ahead of him. H/T, Daily. Boom. General Mattis just destroyed Putin right after Putin begged for our help. If you want proof that Donald Trump is a fit leader, look no further than his Secretary of Defense, James Mattis. Earlier today, Vladimir Putin requested that the United States military and NATO should begin sharing intelligence and working with the Russian troops. Mattis said no freaking way. In a strong show of support to our longtime NATO allies, Mattis told reporters, "We are not in a position right now to collaborate on a military level. But our political leaders will engage and try to find common ground." So this was the plan. Wait for Putin to come asking us for help, then tell them first you gotta do something for us. Secretary Mattis really is the military genius we were promised he would be. See, I would love to work with Russia to help tackle terrorism, but we are not there just yet. Trust is earned, not given, and Putin has to show some real effort before we do anything for them. The Kremlin released this statement last night. It's in the general interest to establish a dialogue with the special services of the United States and other member countries of NATO. We need to establish cooperation at a new level in the anti-terrorist sphere with foreign partners. So, yes, Russia will be getting their dialogue they requested, but nothing else until they give us a good reason. God bless American and God bless Jim Mattis. H/T, Daily. Here it is. Trump just put out a list of the 5 media companies who are destroying America. Donald Trump really turned some heads yesterday after he destroyed the lying media during his epic press conference. However, nobody could have predicted what he did the day after the press conference. The president took to Twitter to reveal his own list of the 5 media companies who are the enemies of the United States: New York Times, CNN, NBC News, CBS, ABC. To make it even better, Trump's original tweet had only 3 companies, then he deleted it and added ABC and CBS to the list. It looks like he forgot one of the worst offenders of all, the Washington Post. Of course, now the mainstream media is freaking the hell out. They are acting like they are innocent in this whole mess. The truth is, however, they are not. For too long now these powerful companies have used their influence to direct politics and the American people to act out their own agendas while lying about being unbiased. It was that lie that led to so many terrible tragedies since, most notably the war in Iraq and the loads of fake scandals they have created. So let's help fight back against these tyrants who oppress smaller media sources using their money and lawyers while brainwashing the public so we can return to the real free press that our country deserves. H/T, Daily. Breaking: Democrats want to do something sick to the Constitution just to take down Trump. I'm sorry, but the word "sore losers" does not even begin to describe the modern Democrat Party. Since they can't beat Trump legitimately, they are using a whole new tactic to try and ruin his and any Republican's presidency for the rest of time. Oregon Congressman Earl Blumenauer has proposed changing the 25th Amendment to say the president can be removed if he is mentally unfit to serve. The 25th Amendment was written after the assassination of JFK and it allows the vice president to take over if the president dies. It also gives the vice president the power to take the role of president if the president is unable to serve in his duties, such as if he were in a coma. The president retakes his position when he can write a letter to the President of the Senate and Speaker of the House saying he is once again fit to lead. That is all well and good. However, the Democrats want to change the 25th to give themselves the power to declare the president emotionally unfit to lead so they can remove him at a whim. Not cruel. Not only that, but the people who get to decide on whether or not the president is fit is a council of former presidents and vice presidents. This is the same shit Vladimir Putin used in Russia to become leader for life. We need to stop this now. Call you congressmen and let them know America will not support this clear authoritarian takeover by the Democrats. Also, share this with all your friends so they can do the same. H/T, Daily Mail. Donald Trump just sent Mike Pence on a special mission that will save America. Mike Pence is leaving today on a special mission from the president that could help determine the fate of the Union. Pence is now on his way to Munich where he will deliver a huge speech guaranteeing Europe our continued partnership. The speech is not the only mission of Pence this weekend. In fact, he will spend the next few days meeting with more than a dozen different leaders to reassure them of America's commitment to our allies. Pence will emphasize that Russia and Ukraine need to fully implement the Minsk ceasefire agreement, and will stand firm on economic sanctions on Russia related to its aggression in Ukraine, his advisor told reporters. He will also be meeting with several Middle Eastern leaders to discuss strategies of counterterrorism and the fight against ISIS. This all comes right after Mattis gave a groundbreaking speech at NATO where he both swore his allegiance to them and threatened to change our position if they don't start flipping their own defense